Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, and I'm doing my punch list for the week. Oh my goodness. I did pull my blueberries, most of them out of the refrigerator or the freezer, and I found a lot of blackberries. So today I will be cooking down my blueberries, and in the next few days I'll be cooking down my blackberries, and then I'm going to be doing a bunch of cranberries. So I'm going to be doing all of that this week. I'm also going to be trying to rearrange my bathroom and clear out my medical cabinet because it is just a mess. If I were to try to get in there with an injured hand and I only had one paw to work with, it would be hell. So I'm going to try to devise my medical cabinet a little better and with products that we're actually using. So I'm going to clear out all of the products we're not going to use. I'm going to put them upstairs with the rest of my other medical and then make everything really nice and neat. That's another goal. Another goal is to work in the barn and the goat barn and the old coop. So I've got a few coopy things to do, and that's about it. As far as the major goals, of course, there's always laundry to do. There's always sweeping, mopping. I did do the cat box this morning, and I did take kitchen garbage out. So I did get a couple things done. I did most of the dishes yesterday. I didn't make a whole lot. I did make 2 soup pot pies. And what I mean by that is I used cans of soup with cornstarch, and then I put a roll-out pie shell on top. Wasn't too bad. I didn't like the crust, but, I like a flaky crust. Anyway, Cider is doing very well. I was going to bring him out here, but it's just so chilly, and he was laying it kicked over on his side, laying next to the heater. So I was like, yeah, okay, you just hang out, little man. So little man's doing good. There was a tragedy out here yesterday. So yesterday morning, I ran Solomon. I did his routine of running in the morning in the chicken paddock and, working on his come to me thing and trying to break that habit of running to the door. I'm trying to break him of a couple things because we don't have that fence. I'm over the fence thing. But anyway, the neighbor dog was loose. Again, she broke I don't know. She was loose. So I'm outside and I'm protecting my chickens. He's driving his mini bike around trying to get her to come back. After about 3 hours, I had walked in the house for just a second to grab something. On my way back out, I heard her scream. I knew she'd been hit on the road. I didn't go around the house. I just walked right back in because I knew it was over at that point. I knew I didn't have to do anything. So when I came out later, he looked at me and he said, she got hit on the road. I said, okay. And he said that she was in her crate, but she was hurt pretty bad. So I don't know if she's alive. I don't know if she's dead. All I know is now I am the bad guy once again because this is the second dog of his killed on the road. And for some reason, people like to deflect responsibility. Because I have chickens on my property and his dogs want to come over and chase and kill my chickens, I'm the bad guy. That's a deflection. The responsibility lies with the dog owner, period. And I feel very bad because I don't want a dog killed. I don't want that. My dogs don't run loose. But if Solomon were to get loose for me like he did the other day, yesterday he busted right out of the gate and went right past me. Thank God my husband was there because he chased my chickens around and my husband grabbed hold of him. So guess what? He stays in the kennel now with a collar on. I wasn't keeping his collar on him. I have it on now because I want someone to be able to grab hold of him. Stop, because he's a wiggle butt. I mean, he's going to come right to you, but it scares me. I don't want him to get hit on the road. There is no reaction time on this road. And that's what I keep trying to tell, the police and everybody, the highway department, human resources. There is no reaction time. We cannot make a mistake living on this road. You cannot let your dogs run loose. I cannot let my goats get loose. My chickens, well, they get run over. And you know what? I haven't had one run over yet. And they cross the road down by the apple tree. That's where they like to be. You have to take responsibility for yourself. You cannot deflect responsibility onto someone else's shoulders, because I feel horrible. I felt horrible when little Buddy got killed, when his other dog got killed. I felt horrible hearing her scream. That's horrible. I'm a dog lover. I don't love your dogs because your dogs want to eat my chickens, but it's not their fault. It's his fault. Period. It's not my fault. I just hate being the bad guy. It really makes me sad because, my chickens are my pets. And they're loose, but they're on their property. If they're not on their property, hey, they done crossed a line that I can't fault anyone else for. If my chickens were in his yard and his dog killed them, hey, my chickens were over there. Dumbasses. Period. So, taking responsibility for your own actions or lack of actions is very important. So, with that being said, we see people in court, okay? We see people that want to deflect their responsibility onto others because they themselves do not want to be blamed for the action or lack of action that they took. It's the same thing. Or if someone asks you a question and you ask them a question. For example, someone says, well, who are you going to vote for? And you look at them and go, well, who are you going to vote for? That's not a deflection, but it kind of is, because you really don't want to answer because you don't know what that person's affiliation is, right? Don't be scared. Just say who you are. This is the part that we need to do. We need to not be scared to answer the tough questions and to take responsibility. This is why it is so important to look at legislation. Okay? If you are worried more about the LGBTQ community than you are making sure that children are fed, or that, Medicare and Medicaid are not cut, and that your Social Security is not going to get cut, then you need to figure out where your importance lies. Is it important for you to do or to want books taken off of a shelf or books supplied to a school? What's more important? That's all I'm asking. And if someone asks you a question, don't deflect, be honest, because people need to be more honest about how they feel and what they see. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. If this did not make sense, that's okay. Maybe the next one will. Bye, y'all.